Our first exercise is going to be for an activity limitation of climbing stairs. And the goal is the PT will be able to successfully walk up and down 3 steps with the use of a cane within 2 months. The rationale is to help with mobility going up and down stairs independently and help going up and down curves outside. And the parameters is we're going to use a 6-inch step, and we're going to start with 2 sets of 10 reps going up with a strong leg. And then to progress it, we could increase the step height or increase the reps. So Tim, the cane's a little short for Tim, but that's high as it can go. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go up with your left leg, and we're going to really try to get dorsiflexion here as you step up. Good. And now we're going to go back down with this leg. We're going to try to stay out of hyperextension room. Okay, go up again. Good. Okay, back down. Good. Let's do one more. Up. Good. Back down. Good. An exercise is anticipatory balance training, and the goal is the PT will successfully increase anticipatory balance control within 2 months, measured by Part 3 of the BEST test or the functional reach test. And his impairment is decreased anticipatory balance control, and this will help with his postural adjustments by moving his center of gravity outside his basic support. This intervention will help with the patient going from sit to stand, rising to his toes, or walking. And so, what I'm going to have you do is use your left hand and come over and reach right here. Reach forward. Reach forward. Good. Reach up. Okay, use your right hand. One way to progress this is you can get him standing and have him on a table and have him reach for certain objects or put objects away. You can do a home exercise program of having the patient put away dishes.
Okay, the first exercise is going to be contract, relax, stretch into shoulder flexion. The goal is the patient will demonstrate an increase in right shoulder flexion, range of motion to at least 150 degrees by 6 weeks measured by a goniometer. Our impairment is decreased shoulder flexion, range of motion, and tight shoulder extensors. Our rationale is contract, relax, stretch will help increase shoulder mobilization, especially in flexion, and will be done without high velocity to avoid contribution of possible spasticity. This is an NDT exercise. Parameters is a 6 to 10 second isometric contraction with 30-second stretch hold in between, 3 times, 1 to 2 times a day, depending on patient tolerance. Making sure the patient fully relaxes before moving into further range of motion. Progression, you can progress farther into the available range and with longer holds. Okay, so I am going to come to your shoulder, press your shoulder. I want you to hold when I move you. Hold, 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 and relax. 30-second hold before moving into isometric contraction. Hold when I move you. Hold, 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 and relax. One more time. Hold when I move you. Hold, 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 and relax. Is standing balance on a confined surface, eyes open and eyes closed. Goal, patient will demonstrate the ability to stand with eyes closed on uneven surface, such as the foam pad, for 20 to 30 seconds by the end of 6 weeks. Impairment is decreased standing balance without an assistive device. Rationales help with ambulation in the home or the community and reduce fall risk. Increase independence, decrease use of external assistive devices, and increase the use of hip strategy. This is a task-oriented activity. Parameters are eyes open, 3 times 10 seconds. Eyes closed 3 by 10 seconds, depending on patient's ability. progression is eyes open, eyes closed, in tandem stance, firm and compliant service, eyes open or eyes closed. Alright, just go ahead and try to let go of your cane. I want you to step up with your left foot, or your right. We're going to stand here as long as you can. Eyes open. Now eyes closed. And eyes open. Go ahead and sit down. Right foot, now left.
We'll be working on gait training. The goal will be to ambulate for 100 feet using heel strike during initial contact 50% of the time by 6 weeks. The impairment is decreased heel strike during initial contact. The rationale for using this is to reduce fall risk during ambulation in household and community distances, as well as decrease toe drag. Parameters due to patient history, we'll start out with a step through gait pattern demonstrating a 2-point gait, advancing the cane and the involved side at the same time. If this is not to the patient's tolerance, we will regress the patient to swing 2 3-point gait pattern. Continuing this cycle, the therapist will verbally cue the heel strike during each initial contact. Gait training for 25 feet times 4 to patient tolerance. As we progress, the patient will progress gait training by ambulation of increasing the distance to 200 feet and on to 300 feet, as well as increasing the heel strike during initial contact 100% of the gait cycle, and then progress from a quad cane to a single point, and then finally independently ambulating without a device. Okay, Leanne, so as we go here, you'll use the cane and the involved leg at the same time, focusing to hit the heel strike each time that foot goes out, and make sure to pick up the toe whenever you continue on and pick the foot off the ground, okay? And heel strike, make sure to get the toe up, and heel strike, and get that heel down, and heel strike, and heel strike, and heel strike. All right, the next exercise is bridging. The goal, the patient will demonstrate glute max strength manual muscle test of 4+ out of 5 in 6 weeks. The impairment is decreased glute max strength. Rationale, increase the patient's glute strength to help with hip extension during ambulation. Parameters, the therapist will assess a quick stretch at the beginning to facilitate muscle activation and continue through to facilitating the right side on the way up. The patient will perform 3 sets of 10 repetitions. Progression, the patient will or can progress the exercise from both legs inside and hook lying against resistance to a single leg bridging up. The patient will start with the arms at the side on the table and then progress with the arms across their chest. And then as the patient progresses from a concentric muscle contraction, and then can go on to an eccentric muscle contraction. Okay, Leanne, I want you to bring your hips up to the ceiling, and I'm going to assess a little quick stretch at the beginning, and then I'll continue to do the right side as we come up, okay? All right, 1, 2, 3. Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hold, and then come back down. And again, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. And hold, and back down. And again, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hold, and back down. And one last one. And bring it up, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Hold, and back down.